Hi, so I thought it'd be interesting to do a video on collective nouns. This is kind of like where we refer to a group of beings with like a certain marker. So for example, a flock of geese, a murder of crows, a school of fish. A lot of these terms actually date back to the Middle Ages, where scholars of the elite would write down books of etiquette to instruct the nobility on how to refer to the game they were hunting in the countryside. Basically, how not to embarrass yourself in polite company by using the appropriate terminology and refer to things as they ought to be referred to. So for example, you've got the mute of hounds, the busyness of ferrets, and a flick of hares. A group of nuns is called a superfluity. In the 13th century, a nunnery is where you might go if you were like an unmarried spinster or an unmarried daughter of the nobility. However, they were massively overcrowded. And there you have it. The idea is that the amount of nuns there was superfluous to the capacity in the actual nunnery. The alternative theory is that during the dissolution of the monasteries, it was seen that the monasteries and nunneries were just simply too high in number. So yeah, therefore a superfluity of nunneries and monasteries. So yeah, a superfluity of nuns. Who knew? A group of ravens is called an unkindness. So why do we call them an unkindness of ravens? Ravens were seen to show cruelty to their young and were regarded as bringers of bad luck. And so they were given the unkindness marker because they were so very unkind. Who knew? A group of painters is called a misbelief. But why? Well, it was known as a misbelief because, well, it's an artist's job to flatter their subject, to suspend disbelief, if you like, for those who viewed their work. For example, paintings of Henry VII, who was supposed to be severely kind of deformed, actually paint him as quite a handsome man. So yeah, a misbelief of painters is a group of painters.